That's one of the old hand crank grinders that I restored. And here's the other one. I love old hand tools. These are the inspiration, these old tools. These used to be covered with rust. You can see somebody clamped it at one time or was using it to pound. Anyway, I cleaned all this up. And it's usable. These I customized a little bit. I polished the edges after cleaning up all of that, squaring up the faces, and fixed all that. And then I put gun bluing inside and polished the outside. Same thing. A lot of work, yep, but I love it. If you ever use these tools, you'll know how wonderful they are. They work like butter and they fit. That's why I love square head nuts. Anyway, this is the next project, and it's kind of in the same design as those. This is what it started out as. Just a green cast iron mess. And this was also like that. So I cleaned it up and I blued the outer faces and then polished that kind of in the same way that I did these, because those turned out really nice. Here's another one. This one was kind of a freebie when I got my it's called a post drill press. Anyway, the guy threw this thing in. Well, he didn't kind of throw it in. I think I paid about $12 for it or something. This had to be drilled. The nut that secured it was so rusted on here and seized. I had to drill that. And then that gave me enough clearance to get that off. But you can see when I turn. And this is the area that stone goes on. And this crank goes right on there, and I had to make a new handle. And oh, this is the condition it was in when it first came here. I haven't even gotten near that. And this, you can see how the rust has eaten it. It looks like a Roman gladiator shield. This was similar. It took so much work to clean this damn thing up. And even this little handle thing, I might have the... Well, I don't. But this little nut, let me pull this out. I got this thing covered with oil. It goes on to the end right there. And let me show you something. If you look, you can see there's weld right there. Jonathan helped me out because the very tip of this shaft was stripped down to nothing. And this nut went on there. So he welded that up. And now that fits. And it goes right on there. So this is the next project. But here's where I need you to vote. This is the one. This one's 90% done. And this is the way I like it so far. But the question is, when we put this, oil cups, I'm going to try and reuse those. When we put this on there, those little holes line up. Oops, just like that. There. This piece, shall I make it in this manner? It might have a bead polished and then black on the inside, or paint it and polish it. So that's the question. And then the question is, if we paint it, instead of make it gun black, what color shall we paint it? Thanks for your input.